right, let's bring out the great one.
The great one.
Yeah. First guest is possibly, I'm sorry?
Jackie Gleason is
No, no, I think... say, wouldn't that be a good booking?
That would be.
Our first guest tonight is possibly the most phenomenal and probably the richest professional athlete in the world today. We'll clear all of this up in a minute. Here he is in action, ladies and gentlemen. He has been the NHL MVP in 8 of his 11 seasons. He holds 49 NHL records, and at the age of 28, he is just 13 points shy of the all-time scoring record. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wayne Gretzky. Wayne, nice to see you. How are you? Thank you very much for being here. Gretzky. How are you? Nice to see you. Congratulations on a good season, although I guess you'd rather be playing now than doing other things at this point.
Well, it'd be nice.
Yeah. How many years did you guys in Edmonton win the Stanley Cup?
Went to Stanley Cup final 5 times, and we won 4 championships. We were a team that grew up together as kids, as 18-year-olds, and all the way along. We had a tremendous group of people, and it unfortunately ended. But in life, you know, things go on and things happen for reasons, and I'm very pleased to be in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, good for you. And it's possible that one day you'll get a Stanley Cup there. But I mean, people would die if a hockey team in California, forget it, in Los Angeles won a Stanley Cup, wouldn't they?
I think that they'd be awfully surprised, to say the least.
Do they have any idea what the Stanley Cup is?
Listen, we've come a long way. Yeah. We've come a long way. It's they've had 20 years of hard luck, but
now I know that you've done better as a team this year. The Kings have done better, I guess, than they have in any other previous season. But you've also increased the attendance out there?
Yeah. Well, as anything goes, if people are entertained, they'll come and watch. And I think that we were an entertaining team, and the people enjoyed watching us play and left happy. But the bottom line in professional sports is you got to win, and hopefully next year we do a lot better.
And it must, I know you've talked about this a million times, but you must have tremendously mixed feelings when you go back to Edmonton and see the old building and the old neighborhood and the old fans and stuff.
It's hard. You develop a lot of friendships, not only with the hockey team, but off the ice also with the people of Edmonton. It's a small town of 500,000 people, and the fans almost become your friends. It's the same people you see all the time. They're always talking about the hockey team, and yeah, it's tough. It was tough to leave there, but...
now, the trade was your idea? Because at the time it happened, they said, well, Wayne wants to go to California to be with his wife. Everybody could understand that, of course. And then later we heard that, what's-his-name, Pockington, decided he would get rid of you now to make as much money as he could. I mean, somewhere in between is the truth, or what?
Well, I guess that's the best statement. Somewhere in between is the truth. He wanted to trade me, and I wanted to leave. That was the bottom line, because I got to a point where eventually I knew I was going to be gone. I knew I was going to be traded because of the contract situation that I had. So he was kind enough to ask me which team I wanted to go to, and it came down to 2 teams, Los Angeles and Detroit.
What about the Rangers? What would it have killed you to be? You know, the Rangers haven't been in a Stanley Cup final since 1840.
That's one more than the Kings.
It's been nearly 130 years since they were in a...
Anyway, I would love to play in you.
Well, we got to do a commercial here. We'll be right back with Wayne Gretzky in a minute. That's right. Like we haven't had enough of Plant Boy. What do you know about the guy, the Soviet hockey player defected last week? Do you know the man? Have you ever skated against him in international competitions?
I've watched him.
Seen him play?
Yeah,
he's a good player?
Yeah, he's the best player in the Soviet Union. He's played on the national team for 3 years. He's only 20 years old. He started at 17, and he's kind of thrown a little wrench into the plans, I think, of the National Hockey League, because now they're caught in a situation where, you know, they would like to stay on good terms with the Soviets.
Right. But there was talk of players from Russia and the Soviet Union coming to play in the NHL.
Yeah, they have 5 or 6 really good players in their prime right now who they've said can come and play in the National Hockey League. And what I think is going to happen now is this is going to make it tougher It's a situation where I'm sure the NHL doesn't like to be in, but
Buffalo had drafted him, right?
yeah, most of the players have been drafted. We have 10 rounds in the NHL, and most of the players get drafted in the 7th, 8th, 9th round. So most of them have been drafted and already designated to teams like Fedosov is in New Jersey, and et cetera. So
it'd be interesting to see what happens when the guy finally lays eyes on Buffalo. He's all trying to go back. It's only a joke, of course. It's only a joke. You know it's a joke. I know it's a joke. It's a hockey joke.
Could have been worse.
You know, before I left Indianapolis back in like 73 or 74, I was an avid hockey fan. I would go to see the World Hockey League in those days, had a franchise in Indianapolis, the Racers, and I would go every night to the home games. And then I guess the year I left, you came in, and as a 17-year-old started playing for them. What are your memories of Indianapolis?
Well, the strangest thing for me playing Indianapolis was I was only 17 years old. The whole team was 27, 28. It was an older bunch of players.
Were you any good as a team?
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
We were average, to say the least. We were a 6-team league at that time. We were about a 5th place team, so we weren't that good.
This was an odd league. They had teams in like Pensacola, Florida, down there in the hockey belt.
Yeah.
Tempe, Arizona.
But I was 17, and it was an older team, and it was hard because they all tried to take care of me. I lived with a family. Everyone else, of course, had their own houses and that sort of thing. And after the games, it was interesting. The players, you know, they go with their wives. They go to restaurants, and the only place I could go to were places like Steak and Shake.
Yeah,
and that sort
yeah,
of thing.
you can do a lot worse.
I used to drive by and I'd honk my horn.
And then the franchise just crumbled underneath you. Is that what happened?
I got sold.
Yeah.
I got
to
to Edmonton, but at the time we got sold, the 3 of us who were sold were on a private jet going to Edmonton, and we didn't know if we were going to Edmonton or Winnipeg.
you weren't sure which way the deal had fallen then, huh?
At that time, the NHL, they used to play backgammon, I think, and they'd have bets to who was going to get who and how much, and that's true, that happened a lot. And we didn't know where we were going. Halfway through the plane ride, the pilot said, "We're going to Edmonton. You've been traded to Edmonton," and asked who was going to...
Did you get this information from the pilot?
That's true.
Please observe the no smoking sign, and by the way, you've been traded to Edmonton.
That's true. And then he comes back and he says, and of course I was 17 still, and says, "Now who's going to pay for this flight?" And
Wow.
the 3 of us looked at each other, and he said, "Well, just give me a credit card." And I didn't have a credit card at that time. And my buddy Eddie Meal said, "Well, I've got a $600 limit," and the pilot grabbed it. And that's what we used.
This sounds like something that would happen on Eastern Airlines now, doesn't it? And this weekend you're hosting Saturday Night Live. That should be a lot of fun, huh?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Everyone has been kind to me. I'm by no means an actor, but I've had a tremendous time, and I think it's a great honor.
I'm sure it'll be a great deal of fun. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a great career. Wayne Gretzky, kids, and we'll be back after station with the coaches.